Let's now go to pathology of yin-yang imbalance. Let's discuss heat-cold patterns. In yin-yang imbalance and heat-cold patterns, thus a deficiency of yang usually generates empty cold, but it is also be associated with excess of yin, as for example, when it generates dampness or phlegm. We can see in the figure here the deficiency of yang resulting in empty cold, the deficiency of yang leading to empty cold, and the deficiency of yang associated with excess of yin or dampness and phlegm associated with full cold. The relative balance of yin and yang is reflected in conditions of heat or cold. Heat is an excess of yang and cold is an excess of yin. We can therefore postulate the correspondence difference between yin yang, cold heat, and full empty as follows. Excess of yang is full heat, the deficiency of yang is empty cold, the excess of yin is full cold, and the deficiency of yin is empty heat. The transformation and interaction between yin and yang, there is a tendency for both full cold and full heat to eventually lead to empty cold and empty heat, respectively. In fact, full cold tends to weaken the yang qi. This leads to yang deficiency, which in turn will lead to empty cold. Full heat tends to injure yin qi. This leads to yin deficiency, which in turn will lead to empty heat. We can see in the figure the interactions between full cold and empty cold. The full cold obstructs the yang qi, which leads to empty cold, and the full heat and empty heat, which the full heat injures the yin qi and leads to empty heat. The deficiency of yang and deficiency of yin are not mutually exclusive and may occur simultaneously. Generally, this happens only in kidney deficiency, as the kidneys are the root and the origin of all the yin and yang energies of the body and the source of the physiological fire and water. A kidney deficiency often, but not always, involves a deficiency of both yin and yang. This is especially common in women over 45. The yin and yang mutually consume each other. Thus, this is very apparent, especially in pathology. Excess of yin that are cold, dampness, or phlegm tends to injure yang because it obstructs the movement of and transformation of yang. And excess of yang, that is heat, tends to injure yin because it tends to dry up yin. And to summarize, both full cold and full heat eventually lead to empty cold and empty heat. Deficiency of yang and deficiency of yin are not mutually exclusive and may occur simultaneously, especially in the kidneys. The yin and yang mutually consume each other. Excess of yin that are cold, dampness, or phlegm tends to injure yang, and excess of yang that is heat tends to injure yin. Thank you for your attention.